Hi, Josh. Thank you for joining the stream. I see that you have message saying that you are driving. If you are driving, you should not be watching the stream. Please focus on the road. This is not worth dying or causing a car crash for. Genuinely concerned that you think that you need to check in on my little hobby stream when you are driving a motorized vehicle. Please do not do that. Anyone watching, if you are also driving a vehicle or operating large machinery of any kind, don't do anything else but watch this stream while you are doing that. That is not safe. You could die. You could hurt other people. That's not what this channel is for. Please don't do that. Please take care of yourselves. I need you to not do that, Josh. I need you to behave safely, or at least, as safe as you are able, and that involves refraining from watching the stream while you're driving. So hopefully you can make that happen. If not, genuinely concerned. I will not report favorably if interviewed by your insurance company. I will say, yes, Josh was a distracted driver and caused an accident because you gotta focus on the road, my guy. But that's enough of me lecturing people. Tonight, I don't quite know what I'm going to paint. I've been in kind of a weird mood lately. The big sads got me down. They're getting to a lot of people I know as well. I don't know what it is about this week. Just been going through it. It's been a tough one, so not quite sure what's in the air. Probably, the seasons are about to change and seasonal depression is a thing. There's a million other reasons it could be, but it's just kind of a weird day, weird mood, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna paint. I kind of have this guy that I want to paint. He's just like a little snail man, and I was gonna make a video about him or something like that, because he's pretty cute, but I think I might just actually go ahead and paint him up. I don't know what colors I'm gonna use. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's all going to be pretty impulsive. Like I said, it's just kind of one of those days where I want to do something creative, but I don't necessarily know what exactly, like what precise thing I want to do. So I'm going to do something. Let's see if I can find a base just to glue this guy to temporarily so that, it's got something to hold on to. I think he's resin, so I need to find some super glue. Hi, Real Shy Hobby Guy. How's it going? How are you? Oh, jeez. Dropped a bag of bits on the floor. If I don't get them, Achilles surely will. I'm kind of working on moving a few things around in my hobby setup, and nothing is set up in a way that I like yet. It's all still complete chaos. Oh geez, I have like 8 things of super glue, and I swear, every time I get a new thing of super glue to be like, okay, this is the one that actually works, I lose it. I just throw it into the void somewhere. Hello, Spakiko, it's been forever. It's good to see you again. How are you? Thank you for wishing me some happy hobbying. Same to you if you are hobbying. Hope you have been well. I think we might just paint this weird little slug guy that I found on my desk. The tower fun, don't get me wrong. I love painting my Tau army. I'm having a blast with it. I love the other projects that I'm working on. I don't know. I want to paint something that isn't Warhammer for a minute. I kind of want to paint some of my Malifaux guys, but the one I really want to paint, I think he popped off his base, actually, and I need to re-glue him, maybe? Oh, he should be around. Let me see if I can find him. It's a problem also when I just shove things wherever they fit in the moment. I don't always know where they are when I need them, which is inconvenient to say the least. I should be painting my Malifaux miniatures. I have a Malifaux game scheduled for tomorrow. I learned to play at my shop. And not everything is affixed to its base or has paint on it. So you know there's that, which isn't great. I'm just tearing apart my desk. This is not important. I need to stop doing this and just focus on one thing at a time. He might be in here. I don't know. Did I throw you in here? Or is this all? This looks to all be Tau. I think this is all Tau still. Like I said, I do have plenty of Tau to paint. That's, no shortage of that. But gonna work on some stuff. Hi, Chris. Hi, Roz. Hi, Devin. Thank you for popping by to say hi. Josh, drive your fucking vehicle. Do not be on this stream while operating a motor car. Please, for the love of God. Spakiko, you're finishing a Tau Cadre Fireblade, and you've been planning, and you've been painting. You're getting your painting motivation back. Oh, that's good. Mine has, I would say it's waned slightly. So I'm trying to get that back. I don't know where my painting handle has gone. I'm willing to bet that my cat has run off with it, so I might need to go track that down. Which is great, you know. Start up a stream and get everybody ready, and then I don't know what I want to paint, and I can't find my painting handle. It's one of those days. But I think we might paint up this weird little traveler kind of guy. I don't know what colors he's gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna do a food theme. I don't know how this is gonna go. But we're gonna have us a nice time. We're gonna hang out. Like I said, I've been having the big sads recently, so hopefully something like this will just be a nice motivation to get a bit of painting done. Although I do have to make a lot of choices, and that's not always the best thing for me. So we're going to see how that works. I reserve the right to impulsively cancel the stream if I suddenly get stressed out by having to make a decision, which I understand is like the easiest shit to do on planet Earth. But still, you struggle with it sometimes. Thanks, Max. I will feel better. Doing something creative usually helps, and I like painting miniatures. That's generally what I do to relax a bit, so we're going to try that out. I had a video that I wanted to edit today, but I don't know that that's happening. Probably gonna paint for a bit, and then we'll go from there. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have some fun hobby projects to work on. Yeah, but I can't... Let me go see if I can grab my painting handle. I'll be right back. Y'all watch the stream. Hang on. I have the sign. I made the sign. I found the painting handle. Sometimes I do just outsource my decisions. It can be easier to just ask someone else. And like, you know, I don't think our local painting club ever really recovered from COVID. People don't really show up so much anymore, which sucks. I really enjoy painting with a group of people, and it's hard to have kind of lost that a bit. I'm setting up my Relic Blade, not Relic Blade. Jesus Christ, what game am I playing? I'm looking through trying to find the all the Malifaux minis that I have. Because I could work on that as well. Maybe I will do some of that. I could do some of that. He fell off of his base. And I have my big fancy boy somewhere. There he is. I was looking for you. I'm gonna glue him back on his base as well, because I really do want to paint him. He's kind of amazing. So maybe I'll, you know, paint him for a bit and then switch. We'll see what happens. Gonna keep it loose, easy, low stress. At least that's the plan. Put him back on there and hold him for a second. Ooh, UV paint. I have not worked with UV paint before, so I don't have any good advice. I think Jeremy in our Discord has worked with, like, some of those weirder types of, like, fluorescent paint and stuff like that. I think thin through an airbrush might be the way to go, but they seem pretty thin in general. So you may just have to build up a lot of coats over a lot of time. And that might just be the way of it. Alright, well, chat, what do we think? Should we make this a candy slug, or shall we make him a regular slug? He does seem to have a staff with a little skull on it. He's got a dagger at his hip. He's got all kinds of bits and bobs on his shell. I think the company that makes him is 1985 Games, I think that's what they're called. I bought him at Adepticon, and I still haven't painted him up, so... Ooh, a humbug slug. That, you know what? We can do that. Those are those, like, peppermint humbug candies. They're, like, white with black stripes. You know what? We'll go with that. So that's what we'll do for the slug body, and then we gotta figure out what we're gonna do for his shell. So yeah. We'll take some suggestions from the audience. I'm gonna start with just like an off-white to paint him. Oh, you know what, actually? I met up with Lila Mev the other day. Like, the Lila Mev, who has a channel. We both go to the same local game store. And we met there. I met her as, like, a friend before I knew that she had a YouTube channel. I mean, what are the odds, right? But she actually was kind enough, it looks like Army Painter sent her 2 sets of the new speed paints. And she gave me a set of those. So maybe we can check out some of those and see what they can do to help us out with the slug journey. I haven't unboxed them yet. I mean, everybody and their uncle has done an unboxing of speed paints by now, or done experiments with them, or whatever, but I have them. I have them now. So if we want to use some speed paints, we can do that. See if maybe we can get this guy all finished up by the end of the stream. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See what happens. He isn't the first, like, little slug guy I've painted. I did a big old diorama with another little slug adventurer. I really just kind of think that slugs are neat. Any y'all on, like, TikTok constantly, all the time? Because I got that little song by that kid who's just talking about corn that they remixed. Like, corn the vegetable this time, not corn the demon. But, like, that's been in my head all fucking day. Don't get me wrong, it's a bop, but I have listened to that in my head nonstop, and I would like to listen to any other song. Did I see the Slug Wizard competition? Yes. I did see that, however, I found out about it too late for me to participate last year. I don't know if they're doing one again, but if they do another Slug Wizard competition, I mean, I could stick a little hat on this guy and he'd be a pretty decent entry. Yeah. I guess, I mean, really, no one's capitalized on that meme yet, and I really should, because I've got all my 8 corn color schemes painted up. Do you guys want to see a preview of one? The video should be out either this week or next week, depending on how quickly I edit it, but Jesus Christ. I gotta turn my phone volume the fuck down, because I forgot to do that. But yeah, I have painted 8 corn demons. So we got some options. I'm outsourcing once again the decision-making process to you guys to vote on which one you think is the best. Which is not exactly an endorsement for then I will go buy the new corn start collecting box and make a corn army. But it's not that either. I haven't really decided where I want to land on the whole corn army situation. Thank you for dropping that link, Roz. I will, yeah. Slug Wizard or Squid Gnome due by September. Well, then we'll do it. We got this little guy. We will make a Slug Wizard of Candy. Or I guess he's a snail, maybe? Squid Gnome. He's, you know what? He's something. Hey, Keegan, how's it going? Long time no talk. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. So, have my cats met Lila's? No. Cats aren't like dogs where you can just bring them over to meet somebody else's cat. I don't think that would work. I have met Lila's cats. And while I think we may have one photo of the two of us together, I do have at least 12 photos of her cats because I was aggressively more excited about the fact that I was meeting celebrity cats than any other aspect of anything, of any person that I've ever met. Like, I don't want to brag or nothing, but Mochi the cat from Lila's channel did eat squeezed cheese off my finger like a little cute little idiot. He's so adorable. Those cats are such mischievous little devils in person. Oh, that's like a really bad piece of flash. Let me get that. Boop. That's not supposed to be there. Come here. Come here. There we go. That's very much. Let me put down the damn paintbrush. I'll be reasonable. Gosh dang it. Snails are the bourgeoisie, yeah. Well, they do own homes. They do own homes. But, you know, they, like, donate their homes when they grow out of them, which feels philanthropic at the very least. There we go. Got that flash out of the way. Bourgeoisie sounds like a sound a slug would make. You know what? Valid. Could see that. Oh, someone's telling me they are not able to type in the chat. Let me see if I am able to adjust any settings, because I certainly haven't changed them. Let's see. Now it is? Okay, cool. Sorry, I don't know what was going on. If I could have told you, I would. Um. Ooh, you started on your Horus Heresy army. Is it World Eaters? No, you picked Traitor Guardsmen. I have decided on a favorite Space Marine chapter, and it's definitely World Eaters. Um, and I have a Space Marine, and I wanted to paint that Space Marine today, which feels weird to say, but like I'm excited for the video that I'm making about it. The thing is, I can't paint him on stream because I need for him to be in a video, so I can't do that, unfortunately. Yeah. Hi, Hector. Buddy, you can't be bugging me today. Trying to paint. Buzz Lightyear as a Space Marine. Well, thanks for joining us, Chris. I appreciate that. That was kind of you to stop in. Always good to see you. Have you around. Hector, no. I am painting, buddy. You gotta go. Go amuse yourself. It's cats, I tell you. You can't take them anywhere. Painting a slug, but that's fun to say. Definitely over thinned that paint just by chance, so now I'm slapping it on way thicker than it needs to go, but that's okay. It's all good. He's still a good little slug boy. Okay, so we've got our base coat down on the slug. And we'll give him some stripes so that he looks like a peppermint humbug. Let's see. If he's gonna be white, maybe we'll give him a nice chocolate shell. I think that could look good. I have all my colors for painting chocolate close to hand, so I think we'll go with that. I think people have done Buzz Lightyear Marines before. World Eaters are pretty based. Yes, that's correct. I would never give Hector to you. I'm so sorry. He's mine. In terms of World Eaters, I think the fuck am I saying? I know how to say words. The chapter I'm making for the video about Space Marines is gonna be World Eaters. And I'm saying that, and it really shouldn't surprise anybody who's been hanging out on our Discord, because I've been very pro World Eaters and Angron. I do prefer their pre-Heresy color scheme with the white and blue. I think it looks very nice. Hi, Hector. Hey, buddy. One of these days, when I can get better cameras set up, I'll just have a cat cam going under the desk, so you can see what those crazy kids are getting up to. Oh man, chat's active. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. And paint. It's a process. I'll do my best, don't you worry. He's got little fish on his shell, so we'll make those Swedish fish, probably. I feel like that's going to be the easiest to translate. Plus, I know those colors now that I've painted a Swedish fish relic blade team. So I should be able to do that. Maybe we'll paint some little sprinkles on his shell. Give him a little candy something something. I've got clay sprinkles, so we could throw some of those on there if we wanted to. I feel like Humbug's a pretty good name for a slug wizard, too, so I quite like that. I wish I had a cap that was small enough so I could just stick it on and give him a little hat. I do feel kind of dumb that he's a wizard without a hat. Most wizards are supposed to have good wizard hats, so we may have to try and remedy that, either by crafting one from junk or building one out of green stuff. I love how I say we. I want to involve you in the decision-making process, even though you're not here to help me paint or complete this project. It's still a group vision. Sunday snail, that's also a good idea. I feel like I do a lot of, or I've done quite a few ice cream paint jobs, so maybe that's also a good area to play in. I really do kind of like the peppermint humbug idea, though, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fun, but, you know, people tend to see candy imperfectly and not always as the exact candy that you intended for it to be. Plus, I don't think peppermint humbugs are the most common candy in the world, so we may have to... It would be easier to pivot, however, I like the idea, so I'm not going to change it. That's really the short and long of it, is it was a good idea and I want to do it now. So even if it's not the most clear one in the world, I think I'll probably stick with that. But Sunday isn't a bad concept either. So maybe I'll throw in just some, like... I'll make that blanket on the top pink so he could also potentially read his Neapolitan ice cream, which is also fun. We'll just see what we get as an end result. Hi, Andy. How are you doing? See, I've missed some stuff. Oh, you got the chicken walker for the guardsmen? Cool. I do that too. I scoop them up when they act up around computer cables. Absolutely. Yeah, I was looking at the paint cap, but I think size-wise it doesn't quite work. I think it's a little too big. So I think if I was going to cut something down, I'd try to go for, like, the tip of a plastic glue or something, just to stick that on there. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to paint him up. I wanted to do painting more than kit bashing today anyway, so that's what we're doing, and we're gonna figure it out from there. Trying to be rational about what can be accomplished, which I'm not used to doing. You know, I like to shoot for the stars most of the time on the dumb shit I try and achieve, so we'll see. Like I said, I don't know where this is gonna end up, but we're definitely gonna get somewhere, and wherever we get is where we get, which isn't very helpful, but is very true. Getting their hat is a wizard's most important quest. I like that. Top of ballpoint pen lid could maybe work. That's true. Devin, you're saying that's real wholesome. Is that the caramel and pumpkin plastic memory that Keegan just shared? Because, yeah, that one's wholesome as hell. I'm glad you have that nice memory. It's good to hold on to stuff like that, I think. The spooky season is going to be upon us soon. I feel like I really do want to get a better stream set up sometime, so just so I can decorate for Halloween. And oh man, when Christmas rolls around, y'all best be ready, because I want to get festive up in this shit. I am not a religious person, but I love the Christmas season so much. I love making gingerbread. I love obnoxious Christmas music. I love decorating trees. So it's I don't know. I don't have anything planned for the festive season yet. But God, do I want to do a bunch of festive holiday nonsense. I love it so much. Gotta fill in all the tears in his little blankie. I think this part's still shell. Yeah. It does remind me of painting a chocolate shell like this. Makes me think of that magic shell stuff. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like chocolate syrup, but you could put it on ice cream, and it would like harden. Just like a chocolate dip or chocolate shell dip at an ice cream place, but you could do it at home. Someone's got to know what magic shell is out there. Somebody. Turtle shell, yeah! Keegan knows. You don't know how to get to or a Imperial Nape. You just want a two-legged walker-style thing for a first encounter in D&D sessions, and you're hoping next Saturday having your players to decide to join or not. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was lucky that I'm very lucky that I have an Imperial Knight. Um, but I think that's gonna be more of a November project for me. Not because I want to put it off until November, but I think that's probably when I'm gonna be ready. Hopefully, I get that finished this year, but I'm not sure. I've never painted an Imperial Knight before. Plus, I'm still stuck with calling them Night Titans, and I gotta get the correct lingo, or people are gonna correct me in the comments. Alright, that's starting to look like something. He's got vanilla and chocolate. Let's put some strawberry on top. I know just the color of strawberry ice cream that I want to use too. Which also happens to be on my desk. It's this, if you ever get this free Reaper Miniatures paint, it's like their support breast cancer awareness pink. It is my favorite pink paint that I own. It's like a really purpley tinted pink, but this was what I originally used on my first ever Warhammer army, and then I couldn't get any more of it because I used up an entire bottle, and like Reaper doesn't just sell the paint, they just give it away during October. But then someone sent me like 8 bottles of it, so now I have a pretty close to what I consider a lifetime supply of this paint that I love. So it's great. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. It's not the best in terms of consistency or anything like that, but I love the color, and I haven't been able to find a good match for this specific pink from anywhere else. Santa dwarves for Christmas? That would be fun. I'm not a huge fan of dwarf models in general. I do kind of like the Catadrin overlords, just because they have little hot air balloons, but I don't know that they'd be an army that I'd be super psyched to paint. But yeah, For a Christmas thing, I can see that being really cute. I don't really know what that weird little knob there is supposed to be, but we'll figure that out. Or we won't. Either way, it'll be fine. These really are going back to some classic colors that I work with. Anytime I use this pink, I just get nostalgic for painting my very first Warhammer models. Which is nice. It's nice to be... It's nice to have good hobby memories, you know? I like that. Maybe that's how people feel when they open, like, those old GW hex pots or something like that. Just a color that can take you back to a memory? I assume it's gotta be something like that. Alright, that's gonna be fine for a base coat. Obviously it's pretty sloppy, but it's a base coat, so we can fix it in post. Gotta go yourself. Thanks for being here, Glenny. Appreciate you checking in, tuning in, seeing what's going on. Oldhammer dwarfs were nice. Gotta head out for groceries. Have fun, Keegan. Be safe. Every now and again, grocery shopping is fun. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's stressful. It's really a roll of the dice, and I never know if I'm going to have a fun, wholesome shopping adventure or if I'm just going to be stressed out the whole time. And I wish I could figure out why sometimes it's one way and sometimes it's the other, but I have yet to solve that mystery. Gonna paint the little Swedish fish. I know what color I want those to be. Probably smart to switch out to a smaller brush, but you know what? No one's accused me of being smart. This is so out of focus. Sorry, guys. Why did no one tell me that? Can we get some focus in here, please, Mr. Camera? Ooh, that zoomed in. That didn't focus. There we go. Try and have that be a little less fuzzy for everybody. It's probably helpful for you to actually be able to see what I'm doing. This paintbrush has seen better days. It's one of the Army Painter ones. And while I enjoy the Triangle grip, I do go through Army Painter paintbrushes at an alarming rate. I wouldn't say that they hold up to the lack of care that I give my brushes in general. I just don't trust myself with the fancy ones. Like, I don't think I qualify for a Winsor Newton Series 4 or whatever it is that the fancy people use. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate that. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream. You had to do an IKEA shop today. Those are intense. I'm not a big fan of IKEA. A lot of their stuff to me is just like, ooh, it's a box. It's a rectangle. It's a white rectangle. And if I could just be a minimalist, it would probably be helpful, because then my house would look cohesive instead of the random shit that I find on Facebook Marketplace. But, I kind of like the random shit I find on Facebook Marketplace. So, yeah, IKEA is not really my destination of choice for actually purchasing shit. I do remember that the first time I ever watched Shrek was my mom went shopping at IKEA and I was just a kid. So I got dropped off in, like, I don't know if they still have them or if they're still in effect, because, like, COVID and stuff should change that. But, like, they just had these areas where you could drop off your kids while you were shopping, and, like, probably, like, 3 underpaid teenagers and 1 real adult were working there. But they were playing Shrek there, and that's the first time I ever saw Shrek. Your Facebook Marketplace is good for GW. Mine's shitty for GW. I never find any good miniature deals on Facebook Marketplace. Great furniture, but I live in, like, a college town, so everybody's always moving in and moving out, and they don't want to take their shit with them. So, I've gotten some crazy deals on furniture just because people didn't want to deal with it. And there's never a day in this town where you can't get a piano for free if you have the ability to move it. Like, everyone's giving away free pianos all of the time. I do not own a piano because I cannot play piano. But if I wanted a piano, I could find one and get one. I was very tempted when at one point someone was giving away an organ, it wasn't like a full-on church organ, but it was like a piano that was an organ. I don't fucking understand how musical instruments work, but that seemed cool. I did not have a way to transport it to my rented house at the time, so I did not purchase it. But, yeah, I was very aware of it. Trying to think of what to do for the straps and pouches. I could obviously just kind of paint them in a neutral color. Something like that. I think this staff will actually be a candy cane staff. Maybe I'll do... Like, I kind of want to do the straps like bubblegum, but then they're going to blend in with the blanket. It's a monkey's paw. Licorice straps? I mean, yeah, I was gonna do black licorice for the rope parts. But I don't know quite what to do for just, like, these ones. I think that might be too wide for licorice. Like, one of those things I was thinking was, like, that rainbow candy, but I realized I do not want to paint rainbow this small. So, I won't be doing that. I will not be doing that. Okay, the corn song finally got replaced in my head. Unfortunately, it did get replaced by the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 theme, which I had been blasting just to fucking get motivated to get out of bed in the morning, so now I feel like my alarm has gone off and I have stuff to do, which I don't. Ooh, or we could have made this a pretzel. Could have gone with a pretzel rod. I don't know, I just feel like peppermint is the right choice for this staff. It just, it feels like it should be peppermint. Sometimes I just say stuff, man. I don't know. I gotta practice at doing peppermint anyway, because I got a whole fucking Malifaux team that I'm painting like Candyland, so gotta get that all together. Fruit by the foot might also be too many colors, yeah. About red sour laces. Ooh, I don't know that one. He's the mint mage. I like that, actually. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. We might kind of have a winner there. If he's gonna be the mint mage, then maybe I'll do all of the rest of the straps and fucking peppermint and then paint. Yep. Yup. Mint mage it is. Kudos to... Was it Devin or Keegan? Devin. Devin who said mint mage. You're just full of good ideas today, my friend. And I'm gonna take them all. Paint up this little slug. The mint mage. He's the person that brings you breath mints when you need them the most. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. We are crafting a narrative together. There's going to be Mint Mage lore. I like it. Switched out for a smaller brush just to try and make sure I only hit the parts that I mean to. And I'm definitely not going to just do that, but we're going to put in the effort just the same. You got sweets on the brain? I usually do too. It's a common affliction in these parts, Devin. Can't live with it, can't live without it. I will be sad when you change jobs and I no longer randomly get Instagram DMs with pictures of weird British candies that I've never heard of before. That'll be a sad day for me. I have enjoyed it while it has lasted. cursed with the burden of candy. Most adepts in the art of mintomancy. You guys are good. You guys with the puns. I like that too. Mintomancy. A new channel mascot? God, I hope not. We have, what, 3 already? Someone's gotta, you know. 3 plus 3 cats it's probably enough, you know? I think we have the amount of mascots that any person would consider, you know, sufficient. Considering most channels have 0 mascots, I think we're good. Honestly, I can't wait to make some colored art of Colonel, but you guys have to wait for my corn color scheme video to come out, and then vote on which colors you want to see. Which one you think is the most Colonel, and then I can paint the Colonel model that we have, and get that all finalized. So can make a small part of Sugar Candy Miniatures channel history by telling me what corn color scheme you like best in a week or 2 when the video comes out. Could make a combat patrol's worth of mascots. I suppose I could. I mean, that's one way to make your Stargrave crew. Just a ton of random guys. So many little straps and things. Oh, goodness. Trying to focus on making sure I paint relatively inside the lines. Of course it's going outside of the lines, but what can you do? That's just me. Not always the neatest painter of the bunch. We do our best. One of the colors has to be candy corn. It's not. I did not paint a candy corn color scheme because I don't like candy corn. I think it tastes gross. Don't like it. Is the light helping or is it just making the lighting worse? Because I can't tell. It looks like my desk is just impossible to see anything. Everything is a big reflective surface. Nothing is clear! don't know why I shouted at that. I did watch a video recently of Vince Venturella painting up Imperial Knight. Or maybe it was a Chaos Knight. He was painting a Knight. He made it look really good. And really easy. I know that painting my Knight will not look that good. And it will not look that easy. I'm intimidated. It's gonna be a fun project, but that's a big undertaking. It's a large project. There's a lot of stuff all in this place, and I can't really see what's supposed to be where, so I think it's all just gonna be one big strap, and then people will decide if that's right or wrong. Looks good to you? Yeah. Yeah, I think it does kind of look like a piece of gum. I'm not mad about it, though. Totally kind of suits the vibe, so I might just lean into it and try and make it look even more like bubblegum. I wish I was at the part where I was painting details on already. But I'm not there yet. There's still a lot more stuff on him. Some straps and pouches and little wooden handles. Oh dear. This could all be popcorn, potentially. That's pretty easy to paint. We'll go with popcorn for that. And then I might make his pot copper, because a copper kettle is usually what a lot of candy gets made in. Someone left gum on him, poor little guy. I know, right? That was so mean. Would I say that light pink plus light green is a minty color combo? Yes, I would. I tend to lean into like green and white if I want to evoke kind of that minty color scheme, but that's probably just because mint green is one of my personal favorite colors. But definitely see if you can get some white in there, because that with green should evoke minty colors. Mint, you can also go super monochromatic. Like, you could just do a mint green, kind of like a pine forest green, and a white, and that's all probably gonna read as minty if you do it in the, like, correct ratios or work some stripes into there. Could definitely get that to look minty. Pink can look minty, but it's one of those colors that, I mean, people have a lot of associations with the color pink, and mint might not always be the first one that they have, so I don't know if it'll be as easy to do with pink as it would be to do with green. Also, I see candy like every time I look at anything, so kind of have a biased perspective on that, which is maybe not always the most accurate perception, but you know, we do our best. We do our best. But yeah, it can definitely be done. Absolutely. Either way you choose to do it, um, or your friend chooses to do it. You can find pink in Yorkshire mix mints. I don't know what those are. Post some mints in your work in the Discord. Yeah, sure. Feel free. That's what the Discord is for. If you want to share photos of candy, feel free. You can pop it in the stuff we talk about on stream channel. We have been talking about candy. There we go. He's got a little popcorn. Gonna paint that kettle copper. I don't know what color to do his bags and stuff yet. They may end up as just generic chocolate, except I don't want them to. Oh, you know what? We could do them pink. They could be little bubbles. They could be little bubblegum bubbles. That's a good idea, Fives. You do that. Thanks, Fives. Way to collab with yourself. This is a shitty brush. I don't want to use it. I made it shitty because I abused the shit out of it. Pink and green and yellow pastels make you think of nonpareil mints. Yeah, I love those. Those little nonpareil mints are fucking so aesthetic. Let's make this pink too. And I think he has some other ones on the other side. It's kind of cute. It's like he needed something to carry his stuff in, and he was like, oh, got all this bubble gum I'm not using. And I guess I'll make his quiver out of bubble gum too. And that could work. Anything really that keeps him looking like he's all made out of candy is going to be good in my eyes. Yeah, off-white's definitely one of those colors that, give a candy feel. I have changed camera angles so many times. I cannot find one I like today. Which you would think after, like, I don't know, a million streams, I would have picked one by now, but not today. feel like I need to look at pictures of bubblegum to figure out how I'm even going to highlight that, but that is a future problem. Future Fives is just going to take care of that one for me. Gonna figure that out. Is not gonna curse out past fives at all for leaving that as a future problem. Not at all. Mint fondants. I don't know that we have those. I might just not be familiar with the name, but I don't know that I've ever had a mint fondant personally, regardless of whether or not America has them. Okay. I think that's looking pretty decent. He's got a little pouch on his belt here as well. There we go. So I think for the scabbards, I might do those as like a waffle cone kind of color. I think I'll do these straps. I'm gonna do in pink over here. Genuinely, I forgot how much I loved this color, and it's really nice to be painting it again. Need to paint it some. Need to just work it into a bunch of other color schemes because it's fun. There we go. That strap's painted. We're gonna do waffle cone for the scabbard. We'll just throw it on there because it's easy. And then copper for the metal, and we should be able to move on to the next step. Oh, we'll have to do licorice for the ropes as well. So let's get a waffle cone color. Nope, Dark Matter Crafts, I am still here. I'm still streaming. We've been going for an hour. I just started early today, you know. Felt like it. Those do sound good, Devin. Anytime you tell me what kind of like weird little candies you've got, I always want to try them. They always sound good. Even the ones that you've told me are like sugar-free or whatever, they still sound good and I still want to eat them. glad I got to stream a little bit earlier because I get to catch a bit of a different crowd, which is always fun as well. Just seeing who you are awake and when. It's fun for me. I don't know if it's as fun for you. I'm sure if I could actually keep a consistent schedule, more people would be inclined to show up, but I'm not capable of doing that at this point in time. Y'all just gonna get whatever. Can't do much better than that right now. It is what it is. Ooh, you just ordered the master grade. Is that pronounced Gelgoog? That's the funniest word I've ever said. What the fuck does that look like, Dark Matter Crafts? I've never heard of a Gelgoog before. I hope I'm not saying that super stupidly. But god, that is a fun word to say. It looks badass? Oh, okay. You're just happy to chat. If it's it just means that you're up at midnight and not 4 a.m. That's fair. That's fair. Gelgoog. Sorry, that's still fucking hilarious to me. Sometimes Gundams have the silliest names, and I'm like, how can these things be taken seriously by the people who pilot them? But they say that with not a hint of joking in their voice, ever. It's chunky. Surprise, Fivers. What are you surprising? What's surprise about it, Atomic Topher? Or are you just saying that me randomly deciding to stream was like, surprise, it's me, and I'm on stream? Because, I mean, that's legitimate. HG Gelgoog Sema Girahau. Sorry. It was your first ever Gunpla. That was incredibly difficult to say. Dark Matter Crafts redacted a message. Fair enough, fair enough. Let me see. I'm gonna look up this Gundam. It's a Gel. Okay. Alright. Oh, he's like, Alright. Okay, so he's very chunky. Interesting. He's like a thick little... He's got kind of like a samurai look to him almost. I like him. Yeah, okay. He can stay. He can stay. There's like a gray and green version as well, which I like quite a bit. It's got like a shield that's shaped exactly like a pistachio. Like, you could easily make that a pistachio Gundam. Japanese pronunciation struggle. I am not Japanese. Don't know if that was clear enough, but yeah, the Japanese pronunciations may be a struggle, especially if I have not heard someone say it in an anime before, because I do not speak a lick of Japanese, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I know phrases that I've heard in anime, but I have no training in Japanese as a language, so beyond your basic phrases, I don't think, even then I'd probably struggle. You ordered the red one? Okay, cool. Yeah, he's a cool lad. I like him. I like the chunkier Gundams. I'm not a big fan of the Barbatos Gundam. Um, he's too, like, lean for me. I like my chunky boy best, of course. The Gushin. When I first read his name, I thought it was pronounced Guisin, which is not how it's pronounced. It doesn't look like spelling wise, it still doesn't read as Gushin to me, but I trust Millennial Model Mayhem to pronounce things correctly, so I'm gonna default to what Liam said on that one and go with that. Kind of trust a guy who's painted a few more Gundams than I have to be able to pronounce them correctly. I might try and make the gem in the center of this sword's hilt look like a peppermint, but honestly, I don't know if I have a small enough brush to be able to do so. So we'll see if that happens or not. Everything metal is just gonna be the same color, because that's close enough. I think most of the stuff in here is metal, so it's all just gonna get that lovely copper coat. I don't really love painting metallic paints, so yeah, maybe that's part of the reason why I decided to paint things to look like candy half the time. Wouldn't have to paint metal as much. When you just say, oh yeah, that sword's made out of ice cream, then, you know, no one's expecting it to look like it's made out of metal. You can get away with a decent amount. Hi, Brady. Yeah, I mean, in terms of Gundam design, that is accurate. Prefer the chunky ones. For Barbatos, what don't I like? He's just too sophisticated, you know? I like to paint goons, and he's not a goon. He looks capable. Does the Guishin look capable? Not really. I mean, he has a big dumb hammer, but, like, you can tell he's a goon. He's not a hero. I don't like painting heroes so much, and I don't necessarily like painting villains. I really just like the goons. The in-betweens. The Scooby-Doo monsters of the gaming world are where I feel like I thrive in terms of what I want to paint. Then I surprise them with the MMM metallic metal. I don't know many Gundams either. Like, despite having appeared as a guest on a co-stream with a Gundam expert, I know jack shit about Gundam, so please don't ask me any complicated Gundam questions. I will not know the answer, and I will leave you disappointed. And that's not what I aim to do, but it is the truth. I just don't know a lot about Gundams. I haven't had the chance. I'm still like, you know, I'm dipping my toes into the Gundam world. I'm not fully immersed yet. I've watched like 1.25 Gundam animes. I'm working on it. I still gotta finish JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so that Liam and I have stuff to talk about. And then I'm gonna have to find a good anime to recommend to him. And I'll probably just recommend Modao Zushi so that another person in this world will have seen it and I can talk to them about it. I keep trying to find fellow fans of it who speak English because it's really big in China, but like not so much in my particular corner of the internet, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not salty about it. It's all good. It's fine. I at least have to like the chainsaw mace. I don't know that I got to the part with the chainsaw mace. That sounds fucking dope as hell. I don't remember that. To be fair, I only watched the first season, so maybe that's in season 2. I don't remember how far I got in Iron-Blooded Orphans, but I didn't finish all of it. I'm painting this gray on. It's going to be black, and that's going to be black licorice, but I'm doing gray as a base coat so that I have somewhere to go with the black. Because I want to make it slightly different from the black that I'm going to be painting on the slug, because we wanted a peppermint humbug slug, and I'm going to need to mark in where his stripes go, and then paint those. I'll probably give him a little red cherry nose as well, because I think he deserves it. And I have to look up a picture of what a peppermint humbug looks like, because it's been forever since I ate one of those. You really want to get a high-grade Gundam Gushin Rebake, because you feel like it would make a great Tau conversion. Absolutely, I agree. It would. You should do it. I don't know what you're saying heresy to, and I apologize that I don't know. But if you could clarify, I will validate whether I feel like it's heresy or not. There are 220 Zeta Gundam kits that are perfect Crisis conversions. Posted some in the Discord if that helps. That will help. Excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, because, pro tip for if you want to paint patterns on stuff, like I do, if you're a dumbass who has to paint patterns on literally every piece of anything that you own, I paint them on before the wash. I don't know why, but the wash always helps my patterns look less shitty when they're done. So alright. We've got, oh yeah, this is cool. I like this pink and white take on your guy. The Gulag, I think that the Kellogg, I don't fucking remember what he's, Gulag sounds close. It's not Kellogg's, that's a cereal. I like the pink and white one though. He's got a little like fin on the back of his head, which is fun as hell. I might paint that. Alright, let's see. Peppermint Humbugs, you posted a photo. Yours are kind of like an off-white and brown, and I usually think of them as being like black and white, which is probably what I'm gonna go with. Just because if I paint him like too brown, he's just gonna look kind of like a slug. And I mean, I know he is a slug, he's literally a slug, but we're trying to make him look like candy. Okay, so they do actually have kind of, they're more of a dark blue, a dark brown and white than a black and white. So I remember that incorrectly. So I guess I'll mix together like Doombull brown and black to try and get that color. Gonna do some rogue mixing to hopefully get something that looks like the color that I want. They're cute. Peppermint Humbugs are cute. What the? Where's the fuck is the stream? Okay, everybody's talking. Put a Tau with 4 arms. I can see a 4-arm Tau being a thing. I love Tau, personally. I keep wanting to buy more Tau for some reason, which is insanity, right? Like, I have so many Tau. So many Tau that need to be painted. And yet every time I go to the store, I'm like, ooh, let me look at the Tau. Do I need more Tau? No, Fives, you don't need more Tau. You have so many Tau. we have Tau at home myself every time I go to the goddamn game store. Which just proves that Warhammer is an addictive substance that does not come with a warning label at all. Trying to scoop out as much of this paint as I can. Mix it all up into something that... See, that still looks too black. It's getting there. It's getting there. Come on, I just need like a touch more brown. Alright, I don't know if that's showing up correctly to you. And that's fair, because this camera doesn't always pick up the color perfectly, but that is like the right color. Especially because I'll put a wash on it and some highlights later, so that'll change the tone a little bit, but that's about right. Okay. So, I'm going to try and just paint them in, like, one big stripe. I'm just going to go for it. It's probably not going to be the best plan. But we're going to just try. That's not bad. You know what? I'm satisfied with that. That looks about the right thickness. It's not quite right underneath him, but like we're gonna fix that. With stripes, you want to choose the angle that you want them to look correct from and go from there. So I'm definitely choosing like the front of his face is where I want the stripes to kind of align and look the best from. Because it's not going to be perfect. I'm not at the point where I can paint anything to look perfect. But then that's going to come down about like that. About like that. All the way down to his little foot. Need just a little bit more water to make this flow better. Not a ton, but just a little bit. Sorry, I'm terrified to look over at the chat and have you guys be like, it looks terrible! We hate it! Don't say that, please. I'm too vulnerable. I can't handle that kind of shit right now. That looks terrible and I hate it, but that's because the paint didn't apply thick enough. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Get his little tentacle there. Do that. I have no idea how this is going to look on the back part of him with his little slug tail, but we're going to figure that out. As long as he kind of looks like a peppermint humbug from the front, we can figure out the rest of it. I'm just trying to slightly contour it with how his body is leaning, because he has a chubby little belly, which is actually incredibly cute. But that doesn't look terrible, right? That's not bad. If anybody says that it's bad, I'm gonna cry. Maybe not cry, but be slightly emotional. You like it? Okay. I'm not doing the Gilbert Gottfried voice. I'm sorry. Last time I did it, he died like 3 days later, and I can't be held responsible for that. I did an impression so bad. I mean, it didn't kill him, but, like, I'm not confident enough that my impression didn't kill him. Because this isn't gonna be the John Mulaney Princess Diana shit, where it's gonna be a meme that I killed Gilbert Gottfried. You already have too many memes about me. I can't allow this one to persist and fester. So I'm cutting that one off before it starts. This is so cute. This is so fucking cute. Devin, your suggestion of making him a peppermint humbug is goddamn inspired. And I cannot thank you enough, because he's just stinking cute. My goodness. What the fuck am I gonna do? Look at him. He's got little stripes. I hope you can hear that. At one point, I talk to my friends online a lot, and apparently my microphone will sometimes cut out if my voice gets too high. And so sometimes when I think something is really cute, I tend to have a higher octave to my voice. And so my friends don't necessarily know what I'm saying, but they will go, "Oh look, Fives is excited about something," and we can't hear them. But yeah, I'm pretty hype about this little slug boy. And like, I'll clean up these stripes. They'll be fine. For the most part, they're going on pretty decent, which I'm genuinely shocked by. Occasionally, you just kind of gotta, like, guess at how the flow is gonna go and hope that nobody looks at it too critically. Because I think maybe I need to just kind of merge some of them. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do it on the arms either, but I'm just gonna guess. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat right now because, again, I'm just trying to get these stripes correct, which is a stressful process, to say the least. But it's looking good. I mean, these are pretty perfect in terms of how I feel a humbug would translate into a actual slug person. Not a sentence I expected to be saying today, but you know what? Par for the course, honestly. I say a lot of weird shit. That looks okay. I'm not super pleased with that one, but it's alright. It's acceptable. Should have probably been just a smidge lower, but that's okay. Nobody said this was gonna be perfect, least of all me. Because if I said I was gonna be perfect, I lied to you. And I'm sorry. You just gave a high grade Gundam a master grade Gundam's gun. That was a lot of gun in one sentence. He can't die twice. Listen, we don't know that, okay? If Gilbert Gottfried comes back as some sort of lich monster, I don't want to be held responsible for that. I don't want that on my conscience. Maybe you are comfortable having that on your conscience, but I'm not. For me, as for me and my slug, we will not raise Gilbert Gottfried from the dead. We won't do it. I'm gonna also paint where I think his eye markings would be. Does that make sense to me to do? So we're gonna do that. But yeah, I mean, overall, you gotta. I mean, that's pretty damn good. For me, on an impulse tonight, like, I am not mad about it. Could it use some tidying and cleaning up? Yeah, it could. Could it use some refinement? Absolutely. Is it gonna get it? We'll see. We'll see where we end up. We will see what happens. Because we've still got like a million candy cane stripes to paint on other parts of this model, so we'll see what we get. See what we get. Might just kind of be one of those things where, like, hey, it looks good enough from the angle that we need to view it from, and that's gonna work. Worse crimes have been committed. Your job has been leading up to this? Yeah. Suddenly you're just like, holy shit, all this candy that I know shit about is relevant? What the fuck? I'm glad you accepted my apology. I have the power to fell the return of Godfrey? No, I don't. Godfrey as a lich would be stronger than me. We all know this to be true. Y'all just want to invoke some chaos that you're not prepared for and then have me suffer the consequence. Y'all ain't being responsible. But I am. Do you think God lives in fear of what he's created? Yes. If I brought Gilbert Gottfried back from the dead as a lich, I would live in fear of what I had created. Right, so that's your basic peppermint stripe right there, which is thick block thin, which just fucking looks way better than if you do them all the same weight. I don't know the science behind that in terms of peppermintology, but I do know that for me, it just looks fucking great. So that's what we're gonna do. I didn't study peppermintology. That wasn't on the course load for me. But I have painted peppermint stripes like a fuckload of times. And I can verify that painting a thick one and then a thinner one not only appears in some peppermints, but 1,000,000% helps your peppermint look like more like peppermint than if you don't do that. I don't really think I said that sentence in an efficient way, but I do mean it. It is good advice for anyone who happens to be painting peppermint right now. It's a free tip that you can just have and tuck away in your candy painting arsenal for later use. I don't know what you keep saying yes to, Dark Matter Crafts, but I'm terrified. If you paint it Megatron's colors, where that's just an extra implied gun. Be careful not to paint it Galvatron colors, otherwise you'll be confused for the wrong anime. It's just a barber's pole. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But it's peppermint. Yes to more guns, that's fair. It's just a candy cane, which is in the peppermint family. Yep, you're right. I haven't used any mint green on this model. Do you think we can still call him a mint mage if he doesn't have any mint green on his design? Does he still qualify? I like to think that he does. I'm really torn as to whether to give him, like, for his eyes, whether I give him red eyes or not. Because red would definitely read more peppermint than anything else I can think of. Just gonna be a lot of stripes. Hope you guys like watching the same process over and over again. Because that's what we're in for today. On this week's exciting episode of Fiverr continues to make up stream names and then forget what they called their stream after streaming. Well, he tastes like mint. Oh, is that why he's the mint mage? Are you saying that we've created a creature that you want to hunt down and kill because he tastes like mint? Is he just being hunted for his resources instead of respected for his magic? That's sad. They're making up a violent backstory for you, little guy. And there's very little I can do to stop them because I'm focused on painting you. They're unleashing you into a harsh and uncaring reality. Hi, Orc Dork. It's going well. Have a nice night, Dark Matter Crafts. Thanks for joining us. Maybe a bubblegum warlock? That'd be cool. I like all these ideas we're coming up with. If I were ever to design a game, which I don't want to do because I don't know anything about game design and would be very bad at it, I'd love to make some sort of candy skirmish game just so that I could paint all of the candy minis. That would be fun. Oh no! It's way too late. You should be asleep. I don't know what you're doing awake. But hi. Thanks for joining us. According to YouTube comments, designing a game is very easy. Yeah, well, YouTube comments aren't always the best source of intel. Lots of people love to backseat drive. And if comments from my fanfiction writing days are anything to go off, lots of people like to tell you how to make improvements to your story, which isn't even finished yet, when they have never written one. So, you know, not always the best. It's only 2 a.m. Y'all scare me, genuinely. Genuinely, you need to sleep. You're supposed to get 8 hours a day, and there's not a part of me that believes that either of you have achieved that or will achieve that. That's like a full stop statement. Like I don't know how you do it. I couldn't function. I need to sleep in order to continue to be sentient for the next day. But more power to you, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna do anything particularly fancy for those jewels. I thought about making them into peppermints, and I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Because that sounds difficult. And I'm already doing a few little difficult techniques, so we're gonna keep it simple in other places, and that's fine. I mean, I still like how he's looking. He still looks really cute. I still like him. He's not perfect yet, but he's gonna get there. We love him, despite his flaws. His many, many glaring flaws. Confection hammer, yeah. What masterpiece am I making today? Today I am painting a random miniature that I had. I'm painting this slug guy. He's not for a game. He's not for anything. I just kind of wanted to paint something to break up the sort of. I was having the big sads, the spicy emotions. I just needed something to distract myself, so I just literally grabbed one of the minis I had sitting on my desk that I keep saying I want to paint sometime, and then I've been kind of honestly taking audience suggestions as to how to paint him. People have been having really good ideas. Sometimes the suggestions aren't so great, other times they're really good, and today they're pretty fire, so yeah, I mean, I've been impressed. Y'all showing up with the good ass suggestions today, except for, bringing Gilbert Gottfried back as a lich. That's a bad suggestion. That goes in the bad idea column. Still super cannot tell what all is going on there, but it's fine. I'll just paint some other part and worry about that later. Where did I get him? This one I picked up at Adepticon. He is from, I think the company that makes him is called 1985 Games, maybe 1987 Games. I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. I think he's called the Snail Wanderer. Uh, or his name might be like Glorg the Snail Wanderer. I don't know. But at I saw him at Adepticon, and I was like, that is the most amazing miniature that I've ever seen. I would like one, please. And they were like, well, you can only buy him in this set that comes with another miniature, which is a panther holding a lantern. I was like, I don't really want the panther, but I'll fine. I'll buy it so I can get the slug. And then I showed Raquel from Rackrex Art the Panther mini that I got while we were hanging out at Adepticon, and she was like, that's awesome. I totally want to paint that. So I gave her the Panther, and I kept the slug. And that is how I still have a slug miniature. Not the most fascinating of stories, I know, but it is the truth of the matter. There's too much paint on my brush. Oh, fuck. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Fix this. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine. 1985 games. Thank you, Roz, for confirming that. That's super helpful, actually. I appreciate you chiming in with that. Appreciate everybody watching as well. The channel don't get monetized by YouTube until I hit 4,000 hours of watch time, which is a hell of a lot of watch time to get in, so y'all sticking around and participating really does help out. Even anybody who's just lurking, your viewership and chiming in and just being there, it's all very much appreciated. Hobbying without my painting group can be pretty lonely, and having people to hang out with here helps alleviate that pretty decent. Y'all make a difference to me, even if I don't say it enough. Orc Dork, you are doing your part. And it is appreciated. Mind if you ask my opinion on the new 1 D&D? Well, let me put it like this, Devin. I don't love edition changes in general because I hate having to buy new source books. My hatred of that kind of was I got into Warhammer right as 8th edition was ending, so I bought my 8th edition codex, and about a week later, they were like, oh hey, we're 9th edition now. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't know that that could happen with a game. So, yeah. I haven't read over, like, the plans for 1 D&D or why they're kind of updating the edition. I think the name 1 D&D is really dumb, if I'm honest. Like, I don't love that as a branding choice. I think it's stupid sounding. I just don't like it. Because everybody's just gonna call it, like, 5.5 or 6th edition, because 1 D&D doesn't, you know? The thing, though, with 5th edition is it has its flaws, for sure. But it's the only edition of D&D that I've ever known. So I don't really know what, like, another edition is gonna be like, and I don't have a really big opinion on it. I kind of realized that 5th edition has been out since, like, before I was going to college, so, like, it definitely, if they were gonna do a major update, like, sure, that's fine. It does feel kind of crappy that they announced it right after releasing the Spelljammer stuff, so that's gonna be out of date almost immediately, but, yeah. I don't want to be, like, mean about it. I'm not a fan of edition changes to anything, really. Once I get used to how something works, I'm like, alright, I know what I'm doing here. Okay, I might take a look at that, Roz. Candied apple for demonettes, maybe. Or would that fit another warp faction better? Raisinette demonettes? I like the phrase raisinette demonettes. Candy apple Nurgle, banned of course, but yeah, no, absolutely. This is not a safe space for Nurgle. I don't know how many times I have to say that. People always be bringing up Nurgle all the time. Not here. Do you know how many other people paint Nurgle? There's so many. There's so many. And I gave you all the chance to see me paint Nurgle. That was one of the options for the 1K subscriber special. But you all chose a Space Marine. Thank goodness. I was spared from having to paint Nurgle. Every time I saw that Nurgle button getting closer to winning the vote, I was low-key terrified. It would have been a day. It would have been a day. But instead, I get to paint a Space Marine, which is, it's gonna be fine. We got him. I just need to actually start painting him. which I plan to do after this corn video is released. So pretty soon. Pretty soon. You're zipping back and forth between here and paint buying sites, so you're half helping. That's fair enough. What kind of paint are you shopping for? The idea was to get rid of editions and all, but all the tweaking stuff of 5th into 1 edition, I think. I mean, I don't see how they're gonna get rid of editions necessarily, because eventually, like, they're gonna be like, ah, one D&D, like, you know, it seems to just be one of those things where they feel the need to make a new edition every now and again. I don't think that one D&D or D&D 1 is gonna be the end of editions for D&D. But maybe it'll be better than 5th edition, so I'm hopeful there. You know, they can always improve. There's always a chance that it'll be good. And I won't judge it until I've played it, but most of my friends play 5th edition, so I don't know if they're gonna immediately jump to the new one, just because all of our source books and stuff are for 5th edition regular. Spelljammer being forgotten is tradition. Anno, get some sleep. It's like 3 a.m. for you almost now. Please, for the love of God, just go to bed. You never need to stay up this late for my little streams, but it does make me feel very special that you do. So thanks for being here. Candy cane stripes. There's a cat on the couch. It's Achilles. Don't knock over my laptop, Achilles. That would be bad. That would be so bad. Oh. Come here, little boy. Come here, little boy. Come here, little boy. What you up to? What you doing? Who you making mischief with? Everybody say hi to Achilles. He wants to cause trouble. I can feel it. I can feel the mischief in his little cheeks. Orktor says, Achilles! That's you, Bubby. You're Achilles. You don't respond when I call you Achilles. I started calling you Peepo because someone posted a Pepe meme in our Discord, and you started responding to that, despite me only calling you it for like 2 days. But you don't respond to Achilles, huh? No? What's up with that? What's up with that? Sorry, this stream has been interrupted by a cat. They call you Little Mischief Man. Are you a Little Mischief Man? Do you cause mischief? And you're a man? You're not a man. You're a cat. Alright, we're gonna put you down over here. There you go. Go run. Go play with your brothers. They did say 5e content would be backwards compatible. That's good. Plan on doing that cyan, magenta, yellow makes it yourself thing. Oh, cool. They could get rid of themselves with editions. They have enough content that they won't need to rewrite the game entirely. We're losing half-orcs? What the fuck? No one told me we were losing half-orcs. What the hell? Do you know how many half-orcs I've played? Why are we losing half-orcs? Bruh. Half-orcs are dope as hell. Explain to me, someone tell me why they're taking half-orcs out of the game. What's happening to the best fucking race? Besides Goblin, obviously. Goblin is the correct choice. But that's not base PHB. You're telling me I can't be a half-orc anymore. There's just orcs? You can't be a half-orc. Oh. Well, if you can still be a half-orc, but it's just like the stats with flavor. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Okay, I thought for a second there that you weren't allowed to be a half-orc, and I thought that was going to be dumb. Half-orcs are trans icons. You know what, Andy? I think you're correct. I think that's right. And if they're not trans icons, then they definitely said trans rights. I think having a set of half-orc tusks is a very gender thing to do, frankly. And the fact that the government is not providing that as part of gender-affirming surgery options, frankly, it's transphobic. Orcs are usually based and red-pilled. I'd be an orc. Actually, I mean, I'd like to think that I'd be an orc. People tell me that if I were a fantasy race, I would be a hobbit. I've tried to convince Goblin. I've tried to get out of just the slightly, basically a human zone, and no one wants to let me be an unhinged creature of destruction. They're like, Fives, you're too sweet. You're too nice. You're too gentle for that. Did you hear me rant about correct versions of Candyland on my episode of Grognard's Yell at Cloud? I can be unhinged. I can do it. I could be a goblin. You guys believe me, right? Achilles, I swear to God. You're making mischief for no reason. You are. I know. You're causing mischief simply because it's available for you to do. I have goblin energy for sure. Thank you. A hobbit would do that specifically about Roz. No! Don't say that. Oh my gosh! Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Joe. I miss you too. I would love to come to Florida. That sounds like fun. You should message me your... we can talk at some point when I'm not on a public forum about visiting you in Florida, so I don't dox you and you don't dox me. Guys, this is the Joe and Mary Beth that were in my video about painting Relic Blade. Tell Joe I have a Night Titan. I got one. One of those big ass guys. I have one now. I was gifted one by a fan at Gen Con. I have a Night Titan. I'm so hyped. Thank you for tuning in. This is amazing. I'm so happy right now. Guys, my real life friends are in the chat. Like, what? That's fun. Mary Beth went to high school with me. She used to help me cheat on my homework. Thanks for that, by the way. Aw, man, everybody's just gonna say nice stuff about Joe, which is valid. He's very wholesome. I told them all, if Joe ever starts a hobby Instagram, I'll give him a shout out. He's very excited about it. All expense paid trip just for you. Man, if you pay for me to go to Florida, I'll get there even quicker. But if I have to pay out of my pocket, that's going to be a little... It's going to be a wait. The thing is, MB, I am going in September to the Mothman Festival. My friends are taking me to the Mothman Festival. I'm finally gonna be able to go to the Mothman Museum. Like, I'm going. I'm going next month. I have a tattoo on the 14th. I have my rescheduled legal name change. Hopefully everything goes well. Please, court, just let me have that on the 15th. And then on the 16th, I am leaving for the Mothman Festival. Like, it is so... If everything works out, it will be so perfect that the first thing I do, as legally myself, will be to fucking go to the Mothman Festival. Have you ever heard anything more non-binary in your entire life? Yeah, lifelong dream fulfilled. For real. Absolutely. No, I would love to come see you in Florida. I just have... my friends are also taking me... Same friends. They're really good friends, now that I think of it. They're taking me to medieval times for my birthday. So... I have to also be here in October. But, like, November, December of this year is very open. I just don't know where my funds are gonna be for traveling. And if I go to see you in Florida, I'm gonna want to go to Disney World, like, pretty bad. Sorry to plan a trip right in front of you guys on stream, but yeah, I've got some priorities, and they're definitely getting Dole Whip and disassociating in the Country Bear Jamboree. "10 out of 10 new gender marker." It's the most you thing I've ever heard, yeah. It's amazing. I've realized that when you ask people for things and make your wants known, as opposed to just hoping that people will figure shit out about you eventually, because maybe you were in a relationship that wasn't being very healthy or good, most people, if you just communicate and say, hey, it would be cool if I got to do this at some point in time, if they are good friends and they care about you, they may actually help you do that at some point in time, which is fascinating and amazing. I do hear Disney World tickets are particularly cheap in January, so maybe we keep that month open? I could maybe be financially recovered by January. Also other stuff to talk to you about when I get the chance, and I'm not in a public forum, but could assist with travel, so yeah. There's words to be said. I just gotta not be a dumbass and say them in front of the entire internet. I love you, internet, but you don't need to know all of my personal life, because that's probably too much information. Alright, I guess Joe can have his computer back. Thanks for tuning in. You have a good time. I miss you too. God, when your real life friends crash the stream, how embarrassing. Sorry you guys had to witness that. I love my friends a lot. It's embarrassing. Gonna try and give you more eyeball-like eyes. Ooh, I kind of hate that. Nope, we're covering that up. Never mind. Bad idea. Bad idea. That's just gonna be how it is. That's just gonna be how it is. That was everything that needed stripes, I think. And that looks like it's all the stitching done, too. So I think the next step is to put a wash on everything. Yeah. That's pretty much the next step, and then it's gonna be like your highlight and stuff like that. You know, the basic GW method. The real question is whether I pop open a new bottle of Reichland Flesh Shade, or if I try and coax the last of my Seraphim Sepia old style out of this. You know what? There's enough in this bottle for this guy. I think we'll be fine. Do I have a fucked up brush to apply it with? We'll find out. Gonna see. That, nope. How bad? No. Excuse me while I rifle through my various, questionable brushes. Most of the time, the question is, should this have been thrown out a long time ago? And almost always the answer is yes. By celebrities, of course, yeah. They are celebrities. That's fair. They were in a YouTube video that got some views once. I'd say that's fair. I'd say that's fair. Aw, man, I didn't even get them to say like, comment, and subscribe this time. I'm ruining the synergy. Alright. Let's get this wash put on. All the colors are going to change slightly, which is fine. We can always highlight them back, change them again. I think this makes him look like more of a peppermint humbug. Maybe you think it makes him look like less of a peppermint humbug. Your opinion is important, but it's not nearly as important as mine because I'm the artist. And if I think it looks slightly crappy, I still get to lie about it and say that I think it looks good. So that people will be like, oh yeah, Fives knew what they were doing all along. I retain that right as creator of the content. My cats are rejecting that idea, however. It is pretty cool that you got to watch this go entirely from concept to base coat to wash all in one stream. Which is not totally unlike my genuine creative process when painting candy miniatures, so yeah, that's fun. Glad we got to experience that together. I definitely don't think this slug would have turned out the same way if I hadn't painted him on stream. Sometimes it's really cool to have you guys to give me feedback and ideas. And say, yeah, that looks cool, even if you don't think it looks cool, so that I feel hyped up about it. But I'm going to start believing people when they say stuff. So if you guys think it looks cool, I believe you, and thank you for thinking that. Is Mickey a cryptid? Nah. Mickey and Goofy aren't... Do you want Bro, there are real Disney World cryptids. Why are you trying to invent some? What about the Hatbox Ghost? That's a cryptid. He was in there for like the first week of the run, and then he was removed permanently, but people still keep demanding he come back. That's a fucking cryptid. There's, you know, a supposed rumor that the Haunted Mansion is actually haunted. The Ghost Host is a cryptid. I know I'm just mentioning Haunted Mansion things, but like, yeah. Or what about the children who, like, almost drowned in the Mark Twain River, and I think the one that actually did? Telling me that's not grounds for cryptid? Whatever lives sealed away in the rainbow tunnel that was boarded up after the journey into imagination closed. You don't think that's even rainbow? The gays love cryptids. You want some fucking Disney World lore? What is lurking in Walt's old apartment above the fire station? What's there? That's cryptids. This guy looks amazing, honestly. I like that tint, that kind of caramel tint to his slug body. I could get behind that. Yeah, he's gonna look great when he's all done up. Bringing in some more pink's gonna make that look like bubblegum after the wash dries. Achilles, get out of my desk. You cannot be in there, bud. Now let's needs a little bit more wash there. Yeah, I think he looks good. Solid 8 out of 10 right now. Maybe that might be generous, but you know what? I'm depressed. I'm allowed to be generous. I don't know why I was stressing about giving him a hat when I can just give him a little dollop of whipped cream. That'll work as a hat. Shia LaBeouf. Yes, please do sleep, Devin. That would be smart. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Well, I have been streaming for 2 hours, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. It's Shia LaBeouf. Joe, you're still here. Mary Beth said you needed your computer back. I'm gonna just start painting, Lucius here as Lord Licorice, because I have him and I can. So yeah, I'll start putting base coats down on him. I'm probably gonna do this all with a really undersized brush, which is not a good idea, but it's the idea I'm gonna go with. I've been wanting to paint this model for ages, and tonight is just about painting what I want to paint, regardless of whether I was planning to do a video about it or not. Which is very valid of me. Ooh! Used to drive by where the Maryland Goat Man was created? That's interesting. I used to live kind of near where my hometown cryptid. I used to live in the state of Virginia, and Virginia's cryptid is the Bunny Man, which honestly is not a great cryptid. It's kind of lame, but I have seen Bunny Man Bridge and the legend of the Bunny Man, so there's that. There is certainly that. Everybody assumes that I would be a West Virginia native with my love of Mothman, but unfortunately, no. I wasn't raised somewhere with a cool cryptid. Achilles is swiping at the computer monitor. Are you saying hello to them? Are you saying hello, baby boy? You can't do that, son. You can't. You cannot. You can just be cute. Do you want to sit here and be cute? Because we can do that. You can always be cute. You're great at that. Have you ever tried painting miniatures with a cat in your lap before? If you want a high-stakes painting challenge on par with Gold Demon, but you don't have the talent to actually enter the Golden Demon, I recommend getting a cat and trying to paint while it sits on your lap. You'll enjoy challenging aspects of painting, such as, will I be able to finish this model, or will my cat bite me before it is done? Is he going to try and knock the paintbrush out of my hand? Is he going to bite the handle of the paintbrush as I am attempting to paint the model? Will he simply jump up on the desk and start destroying things? All of these variables and more could be yours if you participate in the same high-stakes painting as I do. You'll in Virginia now, you'll have to learn about Bunny Man. He's like a lame cryptid. He's not even like a bunny that is a man, or a man that is a bunny. He's like an escaped murderer or some shit that like hung people from a bridge, and he was living in the wild, so he made a suit out of like rabbits that he had killed and skinned. Like, it's not a good cryptid legend. I'm not a fan personally. And I love a good spooky story, but yeah. Kind of surprised they haven't made a really crappy, like a Blumhouse horror movie about him. You would think after titles like Bye Bye Man, the Bunny Man would be right in there with the sort of dumbass shit that was being made at the time. But, no. Hasn't had his day in the limelight yet. I really love this model. I don't know what it is about it. I don't usually go for, like, aristocrats. Something about the fancy clothes and the mask, I'm just like, yep, I'm down. Like, I love this guy. He's so silly. He's actually not silly. I think he's incredibly capable and extremely deadly. And conniving. But, you know, he's silly to me. Lap cat painting is a worthy video challenge. Maybe I'll have to team up with Lila Meb sometime and have a cat lap painting paint-off. Something like that. This is not the right paintbrush to base coat with, but I like painting with it and it feels good, so I'm gonna base coat with it. And if I have to, I'll buy another one if I ruin this one. I probably won't be streaming for too much longer, but I'm kind of getting into this, so we'll see where it takes me. Yeah, still going. I don't know, Chris. It's just kind of, it's been one of those days where I'm just enjoying painting. Um, I'm not painting Tau right now simply because I wanted to break it up and just kind of accomplish a few random things for myself. Not even accomplish, really. Um, there's a great Goobertown video about what to do when you're kind of in a painting rut, and I wasn't necessarily in a painting rut, but I was in a rut creatively. I just wasn't feeling super hype about anything, which the spicy sads will do to you sometimes. And the thesis statement of that video is to just paint something that you are really excited about that day in that moment, whatever model that might be. Um, and I thought I might make a video about painting this particular model because this is like my favorite Malifaux model that exists of all the different Malifaux models out there. But I've been a little intimidated to paint him. I've been putting it off, finding other things to get in the way. But after painting and practicing on that slug guy as a warm up for doing candy color schemes, I mean, I felt confident enough, so he's getting his first coat of paint for this Lord Licorice inspired paint job. And I think he looks pretty good already for just having laid down not even 2 full colors, but like a color and a bit. I I am in the zone, yeah. A little bit. Little bit. Doesn't happen all the time, but every now and again I do get in the zone. We do get some work done. Like I said, probably won't be streaming for too much longer. Just because, I should probably, rest. And it's not always healthy to sit at a streaming desk bent over miniatures for extended periods of time. Also, the cat police are starting to realize that it is past their standard cuddling hours. And they're never fans of that. It's been a while since I did a good long stream, though, and it feels kind of nice. I mean, I did a decent sized one with Liam the other day, but that was a co-stream, and that wasn't as much interaction with you all, so I hope you guys like them. I have a great time doing them. I think they're really fun, but I do feel bad that I can't respond to all of your messages all the time on them. It's really tricky to try and keep up. You have no idea. Um, it's like holding a conversation and reading at the same time, and the other person is also trying to read. So we do miss quite a few messages, but it's not malicious. We're just, we're doing the thing that we said we were going to do and conversing with each other about anime and Gundams and whatever other random topics come up. So, yeah, I think they're fun. I like them, and it's my channel, and I'll probably keep doing them. Am I going to make green stuff licorice hair for him? No. He already has like a little wig on the back, and I've got a layer of black licorice down on it, and that's probably gonna be good enough for me. I know a major facet of Lord Licorice is his uh, licorice hair. I think I might try and paint a licorice texture on the cape, but I like this model sculpt just as is, and I don't want to ruin it by shittily sculpting hair, because I'm still in my sculpting journey, so we'll have to figure that out. I really want to paint the cane red. I don't think that that's the right color. Like, I'm pretty sure Lord Licorice's cane isn't red. So I probably shouldn't do that. I also don't know that his pants are brown. I didn't look at a reference photo, and I should have done that. Oh dear. That's fine. You know what? It's fine. It's my interpretation, and if I paint over it, that's also valid. But, yeah. So we got this slug guy mostly completed. He's in the having the wash dry stage still. And we got a couple base coats down on a model that I've been wanting to paint for forever but was intimidated to do. I think that's pretty decent considering we've been going for about 2.5 hours, which feels like a good amount of stream time. I've dropped a paint on the ground now. You know, classic me. Speaking of green stuff, have I fucked around with the Play-Doh Fun Factory yet? I cannot tell you. The Play-Doh Fun Factory video will come to pass when it comes to pass. I don't want to give away any details because then would you tune in to find out if it worked or not? If you knew already whether it worked or not? I don't know. Gotta keep them guessing. Gotta keep them guessing. Anyways, as far as guessing, today we have done our fair share. I'm gonna close up shop for now, unless anybody's got any last minute remarks and or questions for me. Feel free to put one in the chat if you've got one while I'm just closing out the desk. Yeah, gotta keep the mystery alive for the Play-Doh Fun Factory. I know you'd tune in, Roz. I know. You're a loyal viewer of this channel, a moderator in my Discord, and we value your opinion highly. Nope, no sneak peeks, no previews. Sorry, that's under wraps. The Play-Doh Fun Factory is too fucking solid of an idea for me to spoil. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I think that's where I'll close it out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope that your week gets a little bit easier than mine's been so far. If you are new to this thing and you haven't, maybe subscribe or like or comment or join us. Yeah, on Instagram. I have an Instagram linked in my stuff. I have a Patreon. I don't know how to shill any more than that. So, good night. That's the end of the stream. Goodbye.